such a lackluster... Wait. Let me lower that volume. I just started it, but such a Sandra Locke. Such a lackluster opening to a movie that, for me, when I first saw it as a kid, frightened the hell out of me. This movie, Willard, the lonely kid with his dying mom in this big old house with these obnoxious relatives, kind of hit home a little bit, but I didn't have little rats in my basement to play with and to train and to get revenge on my boss, Ernest Borgnine. Man, I'm just watching now the opening credits. It's like a lovely, like, music, la 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 la. I don't know if the original creators wanted to put you off on another tangent, another direction of where this movie could go, and then shock you when the rat attack scenes come. Rat attack. Listen to this. Wow. And Bruce Davison, he does a fantastic job in this film. This movie is the one that really made me take notice of him, and then later seeing him in like things like Lathe of Heaven and some other stuff recently too. He's still around doing stuff. But Lathe of Heaven and Willard, man. Ernest Borgnine, so young in this. This was, I believe, 1972. And again, it was one of those movies when I was like 12 years old that I went to the theater and saw, and it just impacted me. It just affected me. You know, I guess I kind of related to Willard, you know, the lonely kid, the nerdy kid. Although the rest of his life was not at all like mine. But anyway, I'm watching it now, and we'll see if I come back later. Okay, bye.
Food. That's right, that's food. Empty. That's right. That's empty. You're learning.
You know, here's where he meets Socrates. Oh, man, you know, being a guy who when I was a kid and I watched this, the whole Ben and Socrates thing was just, God, it got us to the heart. And spoilers, if you haven't seen the original Willard, although the remake with Crispin Glover, I thought he was a perfect Willard. That was pretty inspired casting for Crispin Glover to be Willard. But they made him all goth. And, I mean, looking back on the 70s now, it's just a kid in his jeans and t-shirt. But, and you're doing a modern take on it in the 90s, so you make him goth. You make him an outsider. But there was no relation. You couldn't relate to him. What I'm saying is kind of as a just a moviegoer. You know, you kind of want to get the character to relate on all levels, but Crispin Glover's did. Although the scene in the funeral home, I guess, where he's with his mom's casket and he breaks down. And the tears and the snot and everything, that was so bold acting. That was fantastic, I thought. But that movie, as a remake, suffers from the CGI. I think it was done a little too soon, and they relied on a lot of CGI, and the rats looked very fake. Whereas this 1971, 72, the same years as like Dr. Phibes, which I watched last night. Again, I grew up during this time, so I relate so much to the style of the talking, the style of the way people acted back then, the style of film making back then. But boy, I'm rambling. Am I rambling? I'm rambling. Well, it says 3 minutes. I rambled for 3 minutes, but this is part of another thing. Anyway.
Hello. God, look at the rats. Yes. Look at the rats.
Yes, look at the rats.
We've come to talk to you. Are you crazy or something? Mr. Martin.
That's awesome. He snaps his fingers like he's a mob guy.
They do anything I tell them to do. You're the one that ruined my party. You crazy. Don't you move. They're a lot more.
This is classic. You know, this. Say what you will about the remake, but this is just beautiful. The slow,
Waiting for what?
the realism.
Waiting for us to finish our talk.
The manic, cool, calm, collected Bruce Davison.
Sit down.
Trying to hold it
Now,
steady.
Willard. Sit.
I don't want to play all this, but it's so good.
Mr. Martin, I have a number of things to tell you. First, you stole the business from my father. And second, it killed my mother. And third, you're trying to ruin me. What are you talking about? You
This
never left me alone for a minute.
This is so
You made a
good.
fool out of me in
It's
front
so
of
good.
everybody. And now you're trying to steal
Why
my
the
house.
fuck is it not on Blu-ray?
No.
Or DVD? It's not on DVD either. Neither Willard or Ben. Neither one of them. Why? The remake is, but not this one.
You made me hate myself. I thought a lot about it. Hating myself.
Well, I like myself now.
You killed my friend.
Socrates.
How did Socrates feel? Well, who the hell is Socrates?
Who the hell is Socrates?
Socrates was the best friend you ever had. I don't!
Spoilers ahead. Tear him up.
Tear him up! No, Willie! No, Willie!
Oh, look at the lighting. It's beautiful. The low up lighting. Rennie Borgnine being chewed by rats. You turn that volume down. They say they covered him in peanut butter, and the rats loved licking peanut butter off the body. And that's how they got like the scene here where Willard looks out the window and there's Ben. Ben. They made a character out of a rat back in the 70s. You went and saw the sequel to this because it was called Ben. It was about the rat, not Willard. That's how that's how cool this movie was. And it's forgotten now. It's only Roger remembers. Here he looks out the window and they said they covered him with peanut butter. But who knows? Who knows? Now we're in for the grand finale, and I'm not going to even show that because that's even cool when he's trying to poison Ben and get rid of all the rats. And then that leads into the whole, which I'll let me put the volume down. Which I'll have to say that I'm not gonna. I'll probably watch Ben, but I'm not gonna do one of these. But Ben was like a perfect sequel because it took place right at the point where this movie ended. It continued with the police coming to the house and the rats going into the sewers, and then the story continued, which wasn't a good story. Although Michael Jackson made millions and millions of dollars on that song Ben, which was from the horror movie about the rats. I mean, anyway, guys, this is Halloween night number 3. I believe this is October 3rd. So I'm watching Willard, and I'll probably end up watching Ben because it's on the same disc. This is like a bootleg disc. It's not bootleg. I downloaded it and I burned it on a disc because this movie never even came out on DVD. It was only on VHS. This and Ben were like one of those movies that never ever came out. And when the remake came out with Crispin Glover, I thought, okay, those midnight movie DVDs packages will do like a Willard and Ben, like they did Dr. Phibes and Dr. Phibes Rises Again. They never did. This movie is still out there in the stratosphere of cinema that it has never been released other than VHS. And it desperately needs Scream Factory, Shout Factory, get on Willard and Ben. Come on. You're doing Troll, for all things. Troll, come on. Willard and Ben are much better movies. All right. Happy Halloween, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, if I feel good. I'm surprised I'm doing this now. Anyway, bye. Bye, bye, bye.